Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P-Farm. Thinking, right? Out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I'm making a book. We about to close the book out. I didn't get my new book in yet, so I got to work with what I got. I got to listen for you today. A good one. Mastering how to master the wisdom of meditation. It's going to be some good stuff. Quotes and lessons that you can learn and implement for yourself and find out for yourself. They still work. Let's go. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question. Do you know you? You will run through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them on the spiritual alarm clock here too. Wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my yacht be true. Let's talk about the wisdom of meditation, how to master the wisdom behind meditation. It's a good lesson. Let's rock. Now, after listening to the wisdom teachings, and then what? Purifying your mind and your body by reflecting upon those teachings and what? Living by them in your life. And based on these teachings we call spiritual disciplines you can follow, then you are a spiritual aspirant. And now you can begin to succeed on your journey for what? A higher levels of what we call spiritual awakening. My goal is to get you awake spiritually, to know yourself. Meditation is the number one communication device that you have to your higher self. Meditation is the third step, okay, in the yoga philosophy of wisdom, right? The concept. The third level of religion, again, 3 steps I gave that lesson. First, listen. That's the first thing you need to be doing. Then, reflecting, comprehending, understanding, putting it to use in your mind, and implementing it. And then the third is put it in the meditative state of mind. Your subconscious locks in on it, and boy, that subconscious is a bad man when you give it something good to do. Okay, positive stuff, not the negative, but it does its job. In the wisdom of yoga, right? The philosophy technique. This is the art of what? Meditating in a special discipline that's unlike ordinary meditations. Those fly by night tell you this, that, and the third. No. When you get so deep into your own meditative state of mind where you can hear your heartbeat. I heard that. I heard it. I heard it. I heard it. Yeah, I heard about Charlemagne monks. I heard about all that. Yeah, yeah. You hear about a lot of stuff. And yeah, it goes in and yeah, yeah, yeah. But when you experience it, now you're going to tell people about it. That's what I'm saying. And in ordinary meditation, you may sit quietly and concentrate. Watch this. And the thoughts until they are able to really transcend one's mind. Some people sit, meditate, and go to sleep. That ain't meditating. Freeing your mind, clearing your mind. Stop thinking everybody ain't comfortable or had the ability to do that. Some people struggle with that. So, but if done right, in the wisdom of meditation, the thoughts are all concentrated, fine-tuned, okay, on a single idea. When I get a thought on something, I'm like a dog with a bone. Oh, I got to get it. I got to have at it. Same thing with my concept. I come up with a concept, I'm gonna Do I put it down? I write it down and come back and I put something to it. But that's just how I teach. That's my philosophy that I do. And when the absolute self, which is God, yourself, is the transcendental essence and the focus of your meditating state of mind behind all your thought processes, everything should be with the one. You trying to become one with the one. Therefore, no matter where your mind goes, and trust me, people, you control the mind. If it don't, it'll do its own thing. Get where I'm coming from? So when you have control of the mind, your mind goes and what? No matter what your thoughts or what thoughts that may enter your mind, when you are in advanced right thinking, okay, student, now you can continue to what? Reflect on the divine, no matter where they may be and no matter what they may have to be doing. I'm going to keep God on my mind. I'm going to be God conscious all the time. Well, nobody, not. When I make a statement, I'm substantiating what I'm saying with the statement. What you think and feel about it don't mean a damn thing, so I don't need to hear what you think or how you feel. Take what I'm saying to you, either use it or don't. That's all. It ain't debatable. I'm not your approval. I'm just trying to tell you how it works, being one who done it, so I can speak from experience. I'm not trying to get approval from you. Nope, don't care. In this manner, watch this. You are able to now be able to maintain what they call a detached attitude. Right now, I'm exercising, put a pin right there. My detached attitude right now for 2026 is I don't give a funk. You know why? When I did, it didn't get me nothing. So there's there's nothing to benefit me giving a funk about something that don't give me nothing in return. So that right there, my detached attitude is I don't concern myself emotionally with nothing. Well, that's kind of hard. Okay, but I don't care. Break my heart, hurt my feelings. Nobody give a damn about that. So I'm supposed to care about yours. Nope, not even involved. Could care less. Where am I? I put the pin down here somewhere. What the hell? Who's that? That? I'm up here, meditation. Okay, so therefore the mind. What the? I thought I put the pin. Okay, the attitude. A detached attitude is dispassion, taking my emotions out of situations toward the world. And remain always in what? In my company of my God, my state of mind, my God conscious, who is like what? The light that's illuminating my mind when at all times. All seeing eye. Don't close, don't shut, don't sleep. I'm always conscious of me and what I'm doing while I'm what? In the waking state, functioning. That's why when you're able to control your emotions, your actions, you're good. Now, as a wisdom or right thing philosophy student advances, you now are able to know when what? You ready for this? When your egoistic thoughts and feelings are coming to surface. And what you gotta do, like whack-a-mole, bust them upside the head. Get back. I had a dog, Doberman Pinscher, sent him to school, trained him and everything. One day he decided he gonna rail up at me. I went and got my bat and cracked him across his damn head. From that point on, yeah, he lowered his head. Yeah. Don't take that nonsense from the ego. That's my point. Don't beat the dog up. But no, my point is control that ego. Why? If it rears up at you, you have a problem. So you got to put it in check. You ain't got to kill it. Just put it in check. All right. But when your thoughts arise in the mind, that's the negative thoughts, bad concepts and ideas. Put them out. And they can now, you can dismiss them, what? Immediately. Effortlessly. Then you got to think twice. I ain't doing that nonsense. Yo, man, so-and-so like you. She might want to give you something. Got time for that. Oh, so-and-so like, well, I got time for that. They got some, like, again, you got to be aware of making those decisions on the fly. And it should become effortless when you get good at it. And watch this. It's effortless with what? One single thought. No. No, I ain't doing it. Simple. If you're an ignorant person, you are dominated by those negative, egoistic thoughts that lead to negative feelings, and they always have desires of the flesh that cannot act with reason. When you are upset, mad, whatever it is, your emotions have the control. You can't function mentally. Why? It distorts your thinking, your rationale, and your logic. You ever seen a woman get mad? Out the window. Man, same thing. When they get that level, like the Hawk. The Hawk is Dr. Bruce Banner. He's a help man, caring for you. He's a good, smart guy. But don't make him upset. Why? He's going to freak out. That's why. And everybody had that in them. It's a race that we have. Ideas to control it. The ego. Okay. Hawk is Dr. Bruce Banner's ego. Hawk smash. Hawk don't give a damn. Okay, when you calling me, don't even worry about it. Why? I got this. Why? You call me to do what? Smash and destroy, tear stuff up. That's the ego. That's what it does. It's going to perform, whether you like it or not. So if you ain't controlling it, then he's going to do what he do, and you're going to be a victim of circumstances. But therefore, when you have dispassion, when you take your emotions out of situations, now you are constantly, when you don't do that, you're constantly agitated. When you become a state of mind of agitation, discontentment, you become an unpeaceful person, an unhappy person. All the negative qualities that you brought on yourself, and that's who you're going to become. But when you become a right thinker, practice the right thinking, practitioner of yoga, of wisdom, now you are able to discover what? The true essence of things with the power of your own mind. And now you can rise above the clouds of ignorance, negative thoughts of ordinary people who a bunch of us just running around. Okay, you got to rise above them. That's why the spirit walk is alone. It ain't a group thing. No, you got to walk alone spiritually. Okay, God wants your attention, so He's going to sanctify you by being by yourself. Get used to that. Why? Everybody ain't going to walk with you. That's all. Trust me. All right. But when you rise above the clouds of thoughts of negative ignorance, now you do that. Now you're able to see what we call the entire field of your human life from a greater heights of what? Self-mastery. Just as if an airplane soars over the above the clouds and go beyond the pettiness and illumination of human existence. That's why your spirit is the sign of the falcon. The hawk, a bird. Why? It flies above all the nonsense. It can come down when it decides to come down. If you're a field mice, you're a fish, he can come and get you, and you won't have nothing to do about it. When he get a beat on you, he coming, party's over for you. That's instant death. But that's what happens when you are what? Sharp in mental understanding. You be just that good in spiritual understanding and your discernment for people who are full of crap. Okay? That's why. And watch this. Human is this. To be risen above the ordinary, meaning you're thinking right. That's what he tried to tell you. And continuous daily what? Meditation in your life on the divine is the key to your spiritual realization. Your goal is to become realized God for yourself. Your spiritual realization is becoming one with God with respect to what? The single-minded daily devotion of one's consciousness, which is necessary for you to realize your inner light. And the teachings that you're learning is given in the Christian statement concerning the two masters. Perfect example. I just did a lesson about nice and right, which cannot be served jointly. You can't serve two masters. You can't do two things at one time. If you can't walk and chew gum, do one or the other, okay? But be able to understand you got to serve only one master. But there are either worldliness engagements in the physical body and objects which will lead one to what? Mental illusions and imagination, aka duality, or that's the path which leads one to introspection, enlightenment, to reach what? Oneness with God. You do that here. You do that here. Here. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Indian Bible, as they use it, it gives extensive instructions. Again, we have the most sophisticated machinery, which is our mind, our brain. And it don't come with instructions, but it comes with instructors who can instruct you on how to master it in this area. The whole idea of what we call one-pointedness. I tell you, everything's on the one, everything's from the one. Pointedness of one's mind, that's all you hear. That's all your heart. This occurs in the book of Bhagavad Gita when Krishna explains to his student Arjuna in various ways on how to attain oneness with God. My goal is the same thing, to get you to become one with God with knowledge of self by any means necessary, thanks to my man Malcolm. But he did it his way. I got a few phrases from him. I got a Hermetic one. I got Christian. Let's wrap it up with that. I got some phrases now. That's Jesus' ways to get you to become one with God. Everybody knew how to do this. Watch this. Now, with the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, it says here, but those who worship me by meditating upon me daily with a inner vision of what? Non-separateness. You and God are one. There's no more with God and me, or me and God. No, y'all become one. That's the oneness. It's all mental. And he who are ceaselessly, devoted to me, and I know people who are, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Being a devotee to God, ain't nothing wrong with that. Be it Christ, Buddha, Allah, whoever, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody's free to believe what they choose or want to. I look after their yoga and Kishma. I looked this word up. Kishma is something standing aside, holding on tradition, keeping it where it's supposed to be, holding tradition. And what it says, keeping it hidden. That's why when you can't go to synagogue and start learning about Judaism, ain't gonna happen. They got classes, they do their thing. So that's how you get in. You just can't go steal information. They keep the information tight. That's what Kishma means. I just learned that. See, when I'm learning, I'm getting as I go. I'm gonna teach it to you as I get it. I didn't know what that meant, so I look it up. Get information. If I read it, just kept quiet. Well, I wonder what Kishma means. He didn't even break it down. So I try to do stuff like that to let you know stuff I don't know. I'm gonna find out and I'm gonna pass it on to you. I'm a teacher. I'm teaching. Then we got another one from the Bhagavad Gita. It says here, the blessed Lord speaking, this is God, those who having immersed their minds, body and soul in me will endure with faith, worship me with ceaseless daily devotion. They are, in my opinion, the best skilled in human flesh. Human beings who worship God, who pay him reverence, no matter what you do, they are the best. According to God, those who do that for me are the best. Moving on, I got some more. This is good stuff. This can be a nice little paragraph here. This is the importance of maintaining what we call single-minded devotion to God. And this is embodied in the verse, about to read it to you. No man can serve two masters. I told you that before. Christ told you that. Everybody says that. You can't do two things at one time. Why? For either he will, I heard the phrase, I hear it now, it makes sense. He will hate the one and love the other. Yeah, one's good, one's bad. One's right, one's wrong. One's up, one's down. So they're not the same. Opposites attract and understand for that reason. And, or else he will hold to the one, and despise the other. If you love God, you can't love the devil too. You can't love them both. One you're gonna love, one you're gonna hate. That's normal. He's just philosophically put it out there, and it makes a whole bunch of sense when you break it down and understand it. They say he spoke in parables. Yeah, I got you. But from Matthew 6:24, again, this is all biblical stuff. That ain't my thing, but I'm reading it out. The psychological interpretation of the statement that was just made clearly, for anybody who understands, refers to the human outlook, which is extroverted, externalized, rather than introverted, where the spirit and knowledge is of self being fulfilled. You cannot be happy with outside stuff. Ain't gonna make you happy. Ain't gonna happen. I've been telling you that for the longest. And they tell you here, single-minded daily devotion is of paramount importance. You can't do God every now and then. You can't devote when you decide, Sunday I'm gonna be devoted to God, and then the rest of the week do you. Don't worry that way. Okay. So because why? It's important because your heart has a mind, and it referred to in the key is a key to what? Our perception of the world. Whatever your mind holds most dear, again, that thing right here, be the object of its undivided attention. when I started focusing on nothing else mattered. And that's what they're saying here. I'm just telling you from experience. They tell you because they know too. It ain't a secret. Okay? So therefore, when God is your focus, I'm gonna get to that one in a minute. My favorite phrase, I'm gonna get to it. Therefore, if your mind is only externalized with worldly interests, monetary things, you are the devil. Why? Because your interest, it will what? Lack the will, first of all, to do right, and the ability and the strength to become calm and righteous enough to witness what? Serenity for themselves of what? Your consciousness, because of unclouded with thoughts. If you're not thinking right, you're not going to do right. If your process of thinking and doing is not right, it's not going to end up good for you. Then this serenity is what we call the prerequisite for achieving your own personal atonement with what y'all Christians call Christ consciousness. This is your philosophy. I agree with it 100%. Again, I got a problem with it, but y'all just don't do it. I live this. This is my philosophy. I live this. So y'all have it as dogma and concept. I put it to use. And some of y'all who do, I respect those who do that. All right, moving on. That next one coming for you. I see the clock. Now this one is a good one. For the chapter from the Bhagavad Gita, the Yoga of Knowledge. It says here, "O best among men is anyone who lives balanced between pleasure and pain, knowing right from wrong, and who is not agitated by what? The senses of their physical body and their ignorance of their what? Contact with objects and things. Only such a hero is fit to attain liberation." You got to qualify to achieve certain levels in life for yourself. If you ain't putting the work in, you're not going to achieve anything. Okay? Next one it says here. Chapter 5. In Karma Yoga, the yoga of renunciation of action. Ooh, this is a good one. Watch this. Perfected in yoga daily practice of action and selfless service, this will purify one's heart by having control over their body and the mastery over the senses. Excuse me. The senses. Where we at? Okay, yeah. He beholds in himself and all beings. Such a sage is untouched. Why? By actions, even though he continues to perform in them in the physical form, in human form. With knowledge of self, you elevate yourself past the norm so you can still live and do and be just fine. That's what they're saying. That's my idea. Now, the idea of maintaining one idea in one's own conscious through the waking state and the sleeping state, that's become lucid, is an important component of what we call yoga discipline, called vikar, or inquiry into who I am, knowing thyself. The aspirant, you are exalted to first study the scripture, reflect upon them, and then in a continuously assert the truth beyond your apparent, though illusionary related state of the world. You get understanding of yourself for yourself. Namely, what happened, that he or she is essentially becoming one with God through their actions, and that the world is nothing but a projection of God's mind. In yoga philosophy, right, in concept, this technique is also known as Ishar Shinten. In Buddhist philosophy, it is a form of what they call mindfulness. That's being awakened and knowing thyself. I'm going to wrap it up with my last phrase right here. This is my favorite. Give thyself to God. Guard thyself well for God, when daily, and let tomorrow be as today. That's my favorite. Right thinkers, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got to go and close it. May you live to be 100, be 100 minus a day. So another of my right thinkers who have a full understanding now about how to master the wisdom of meditation have passed away. I'll be right back.